The Arizona Cardinals are hiring Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon to be their next head coach. Gannon was reported to be the heavy favorite for the job before the Super Bowl, and he stayed behind in Arizona after the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to interview for the job. He was one of 3 finalists for the Arizona job, including Bengals defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo and Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka. The Eagles are now going to have to replace both of their coordinators, as their offensive coordinator Shane Steichen was recently named the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Gannon, 40, got his start in the NFL as a defensive quality control coach with the Falcons in 2007. He had a stint as a scout with the Rams from 2009 to 2011 before going back to coaching. Gannon spent time with the Titans and Vikings before joining the Colts in 2018 as their defensive backs coach. The Eagles brought him in as their defensive coordinator in 2021. In 2021, the Eagles' defense ranked number 1 in fewest yards allowed, number 8 in fewest points allowed, number 17 in fewest rushing yards allowed, and number 1 in fewest passing yards allowed. Gannon's unit certainly got some criticism for their performance in the Super Bowl, as they had a really bad collapse there in the second half, but part of that was just due to him simply getting outsmarted by one of the best offensive minds in the game in Andy Reid. I still believe quite heavily in Jonathan Gannon as a really bright defensive mind, and it's going to be really curious to see who he surrounds himself with on the offensive side of the ball, especially at offensive coordinator, because that's who's directly going to be working with Kyler Murray, of course. The Cardinals said that they were going to give Kyler Murray some input as to who he wanted to be hired in this coaching cycle, so you have to imagine that Jonathan Gannon did get Kyler Murray's stamp of approval. Definitely an interesting decision for the Cardinals, going to a defensive-minded head coach when you have a young quarterback under a massive contract in Kyler Murray, but again, it's all going to come down to who they hire as their offensive coordinator at the end of the day. It is officially a new era in Arizona after they hired Monty Ossenfort as GM, and now they have officially got their new head coach in Jonathan Gannon. Alright, Cardinals fans, I'm curious, how do you guys feel about Jonathan Gannon being hired as your new head coach? Drop those comments down below, I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And while you're at it, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Gage Madrid NFL for continuing NFL coverage. And for now, this has been another episode of Sparkin Sports NFL. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.